Hey everybody, RMG-Castle here. I'm making a quick update video, mostly to address a few things, where I've been, what I've been doing. I know I haven't been doing videos lately, and I'll explain that, but most importantly, I'm doing this video for a fellow YouTuber by the name of GUnitColima and Beer Butt Chicken, who I've been following for quite a while. These two, I've helped them out and I've done trades before, and I really enjoy these guys. I found GUnitColima really when I started collecting. I found his boxes, he makes custom boxes, so if you haven't seen or heard of GUnitColima and you're a retro collector, I really recommend you check him out. He has templates that will help you really make your NES cartridges really display very well. I haven't done it to all my collection, but I did it to a few games, and they look stunning. And I also used his template for Game Boy games and Game Boy Color games and putting them in the old audio cassettes, clamshell plastic things. And I've actually graduated from doing those, and I've actually started doing something like this. I've been putting my Game Boy Advance games in these DS cases that I've customized and also printed off some artwork. And also did it for my Game Boy Color game, which just requires a little bit of modifying. They don't stick in there too well, but they look great. Display very much, I would say they're probably displayed much better than what I had for the cassettes. The cassettes I couldn't put on these shelves. They were just too small. They were already small to begin with. So these work great if you are into collecting. I recommend this way. If not, if you want something a little bit more smaller, there's cassettes. Goodwill's, thrift stores are selling cheap cassettes. That's what I did for a lot of mine. I just bought them. It will print off GUnitColima's little templates and make myself a nice display piece. I also had a little suitcase I would put them in. But GUnitColima, one of the first YouTubers I subscribed to, is having a small contest to call in his 750 subscribers that he's having a contest for it, simply put. And I'm entering because he's got nice stuff, and also to shout out GUnitColima. He, like I said, has a very good channel, so I really recommend checking him out. And in the same aspect is, he wants to enter his contest. He wants you to go over any collecting goals. So I figured it's the perfect opportunity to give an update of what I've been doing, since I haven't made any videos lately. And so to do that, I wanted to announce in YouTube form what I've been doing, and that is collecting is still going good. I've sold a lot of games, as some people may have noticed that are friends with me on Facebook, but after that I immediately got back into collecting. Probably spent more money on the games than I've made from the ones I've sold. I sold quite a few good ones, a lot of games I really regret I've ever sold, but I'll get them back. And I changed the way I collect lately. But my biggest change is I really wanted something to keep me collecting, something that is like a goal. And my goal that I created pretty recently is to complete the entire library of the GameCube. Now, why the GameCube? Well, the GameCube wasn't the first console for me, but it was probably the first Nintendo console that I really played. I had an N64, I played the Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo, but it was the GameCube I really invested in. When I had a Nintendo, the only games I ever got were either rented or bought from a store that went out of business. And Super Nintendo, I never had a Super Nintendo. I played my cousin's Super Nintendo. And Nintendo 64, I was just like any kid that grew up in the 90s. I was psyched about Pokemon Stadium. And I had Smash Brothers Melee. Not Melee, but Super Smash Brothers. And I think one other game. I didn't have much for the Nintendo 64, but the console I really remember playing was the GameCube, other than my PlayStation that I love to this day. The GameCube had a lot of games that I still to this day really enjoy. Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, Custom Robo, you name it, I've probably played it on the GameCube. And a lot of people are more nostalgic with the Nintendo 64. I just haven't really gotten into it. I always find it better to play the version of whatever game it's copying on the GameCube, such as the Mario Kart version of the GameCube's version, or Mario 64 to Super Mario Sunshine. I'd rather play Sunshine than Mario 64. Not that they're not good games, I just preferred the GameCube. So, he wants us to also share the collection, and since I just recently started, I don't really have too many games for the GameCube, so I figured I could share them. Like I said, I'm trying for an entire library. There's somewhere around 360. Yeah, I believe there's around 360 English releases. Not entirely sure. I have to go double check the list, but I'm not sure if that counts the double packs, such as the rare, hard to find Metroid and Wind Waker, or a lot of the promotional ones like the Zelda Collector's Edition, which I actually have. So I do have to check that list again. Maybe there's more to that, but 360, I figured that's not too far of a goal, and I enjoy a majority of the console. So to go over the games I have, I'm going to go in reverse alphabetical order so I can put them back on the shelf more easily. Starting off with the Zapper. Now, a lot of these are really recent ones. When I started this collection, I think I had maybe 10 GameCube games total. So a lot of these are fairly recent. I've made it a goal of mine to try and get at least one, maybe two new GameCubes a month. Figured that's a reasonable amount of, and staying within budget as well. Wallace and Gromit, Project Zoo. Hopefully I'll play a lot of these games. I'm not too sure how good some of these are, but there's some good games in here, I know for sure. Of course, one of my favorites, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Spyro, Hero's Tale, which I actually have not played this one yet, but hoping to play it fairly soon, because I've played all the other Spyro games. I love Spyro, especially since he came from the PlayStation. I don't know if this is from the same guys. It is not from the same people, so it's probably a little different than what I'm used to. Sonic Heroes. The Sonic Mega Collection. Shrek 2. Road Trip, which I actually picked this up for the PS2 recently, and then I saw it was for the GameCube, so I got rid of the PS2 version. This one was a very expensive game. I was very surprised I got it for so cheap. Ribbit King. I saw it at a game store going for like $70, and I was like, wow, and I managed to pick it up for fairly cheap online. My only Resident Evil game for the GameCube. I thought I had more. Apparently I have them all for the PlayStation, but Resident Evil. Pikmin. I hope to get Pikmin 2. I already have Pikmin 2 for the Wii, but gotta try it for that GameCube collection. Open Season. One Piece Grand Adventure. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, NBA Street 3. I know this one is fairly unique because it has some of the Mario characters in it, so I know it's kind of a hard one to find. At least it's more desirable than your usual sports game. Metroid Prime, Medal of Honor European Assault, Metabots Infinity, probably the best game here, Mary, Kate, and Ashley Sweet 16, License to Drive. It looks like a Mario Kart knockoff, which we can't have enough of those, right? And surprisingly, it's the only Mary, Kate, and Ashley game. Apparently they wanted to keep to the handhelds for their games. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, the Legend of Zelda Four Sword Adventures, and the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. And I haven't played too much Zelda games, but my very first Zelda game was actually Wind Waker. The other Zelda games, the very first Zelda game I played was obviously The Legend of Zelda. I didn't really get into it. I got lost. I couldn't figure it out. I was a kid back then, so I had a short attention span. But Wind Waker definitely kept my interest. But I haven't played many Zelda games since. I think the only other Zelda game I played was the handheld ones on the Game Boy Color, Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. So the next game here is Jimmy Neutron, Attack of the Twonkies, The Incredibles, which cannot wait for a sequel of that movie. That is a great movie. Hopefully the game's just as good. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, Geist, Frogger Ancient Shadow, Eternal Darkness Insanity's Requiem. Not much needs to be said about this game because this game is just spectacular. I just wish so hard. This is probably my #1 pick for a game that needs a sequel. This game needs a sequel so bad. It takes place based off the old god mythos of H.P. Lovecraft, which many people may have heard of him, but it's resource material is just so large that you think there would be more games about this, but unfortunately there's not many games based on that. And I figured there needs to be more. I really enjoyed this game. It's kind of sloppy in the combat, but you get through it, you'll enjoy it very much. Dinotopia, Blood Omen 2, and my last game, Baton Kaitos, which I played this game for a few moments. It's like it's a turn-based, and you use cards to fight, so it was quite unique. But this game was so difficult. I think we got through the first boss. We thought we were going to lose on the first boss, and then after that, things just got so difficult. It ramped up, and hopefully I'll tackle this one again. I hate to feel beaten by a game, but this one's beaten me so far. So, like I said, that's my GameCube collection so far. Tons and tons more to go. As I said, there's 300 and some. And I counted that this shelf should be able to hold all of my games for the GameCube, thankfully. Some of this stuff will have to go. My PlayStation 2 collection will have to be moved. My Wii collection's over here. PlayStation stuff is all over there, including my handheld stuff. So, that's pretty much my goals lately when it comes to collecting. Ignore the noise. The cats having fun in one of the boxes. But I really hope to continue my goal to get RPGs, of course. They're getting more and more expensive, so I gotta be much more picky about what I buy. I think that's about it. Again, GUnitColima, great. Want to continue supporting your channel. Really hope I can help you find some more Nintendo 64 related stuff. It seems like you've gotten quite a few of the consoles lately. I really like those Japanese ones that you picked up. Those were really cool. You know, I remember seeing. Hope you can find the orange Pikachu Japanese console. That one was one of my goals, actually. When I started collecting, we have the blue one here in America, but the Japanese, they got the orange one, and that one's really cool looking. Not too different, but orange. I just like orange more than blue. But again, that was my update. I hope to make more videos. It's hard for me to make content that I think people will enjoy. I feel like you can only watch so many people picking up video games. You know, it's easier for me to take a picture of what games I picked up for the week and post them on Facebook, which you can find me on Facebook. Link in the description. I really would like to migrate most of my pickup stuff there if you're interested in that stuff. But as far as YouTube, I'm trying to create ideas for content. I have ideas. It's just about executing them and trying to make them entertaining. You know, I don't feel like I'm the most entertaining person, but I try to be. So I can keep people here something new, something that people haven't heard of or dealt with. And when it comes to the video games, it's hard to do that. But I do have ideas, so maybe in the next week I will have a new video with that idea. So again, thank you guys for hosting the contest. Wish you the best of luck, and to my subscribers, I hope you guys stick around. Thank you. What are you doing? I'm trying to make a video here. You want to show off some video games with me? No?